Welcome to Surviving Social Services, a safe space for families to share their experience with social services in the UK. Our mission is simple: support before separation and family preservation. The more voices that are heard and the more stories that are told is the more change that can happen. So if you've not heard of my hashtag already, hashtag mothers not monsters and hashtag surviving social services while you're at it. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I am Renaya and I grew up in the care system. I've had my own issues with feeling isolated and ashamed, and with all the stigmas around being involved with social services and wrongful removals, I feel like it's important to share my story and also give people the courage to share theirs. This podcast is not about attacking social workers. It's not about blaming them either as individuals. This podcast is about sharing survival stories and also sharing stories of people who may be still surviving and still going through it. Just a quick disclaimer before we start. The views and experiences on this podcast are personal and for awareness purposes only. I am not a legal professional and nothing here should be taken as legal advice. If you're dealing with a situation involving social services or the law, it's really important for you to seek advice from a qualified professional. We're going to get straight into our first caller. Today we're speaking to a lovely lady who has had her own experience with social services in the UK. And she has kindly enough had the courage to come on as our first guest. So please give her a warm welcome. Remember, this is a safe space. Hey, hon.
Hey.
Thank you so much for doing this, for sharing your story. I feel like it's really important.
It's definitely. I think a lot of stories need to be told.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to be guiding you with just a little bit of questions, but feel free to like, if you're not comfortable with anything, just let me know. We'll pause, we'll stop. This should feel like a very comfortable conversation. You know, I've had the experience, so just speak to me as one of your girls, okay?
Okay.
So, what would you like us to call you?
Shai.
Hey, Shai.
Hey.
So would you like to give us the reason you were given for social services becoming involved with your family?
I started off as a foster child. And then from there, this just always been a part of my life.
Yeah, same. So did anybody kind of explain to you like how it would go? I mean, I know how the experience is from firsthand, but you might have had a different experience. Did anybody explain any of like the processes to you, your rights or?
No, not at all. The only thing that I got explained to me was that once I'm 18, there'll be less involved. That's the only thing that I got told.
Yeah.
But
same.
I didn't know that once I have children, it will now follow on to them.
Wow. And did they just automatically become involved? Did they wait for you to need support, or how did that come about?
Well, I had my son to rape.
Oh,
so
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Police was like automatically involved. So obviously social got involved, but it was more they told me, everything's fine because it was rape. I didn't do nothing wrong. It wasn't my fault. And then they just slapped me in child protection while I was 6 months pregnant for mostly neglecting my son, which I didn't kind of understand because, for one, I'm dyslexic. For two, I didn't understand how I could mostly neglect a child that was in my belly. So
Of course. Did you feel supported during that time? I know that must have been really difficult. Did anybody offer you any support or?
Other than me and my mum, it was just me and my mum, and we had to push through it. They lied.
I'm so sorry, man. That must have been so hard.
Yeah, it was. And at the time, I was only 18. So,
Damn.
And my mum's dyslexic as well. So it was just really hard for them to bamboozle us because they would say one thing and then they will write whatever they're writing in the report.
So you kind of just had to get over what had just happened to you and step into shoes of almost just like time to be a good mom, like put your own needs aside.
I had no time to. Like, I
Wow.
couldn't even process what just happened to me. Yeah, it just came tumbling down. And I didn't have no break, no breathe, no process, nothing.
I
They
know
didn't
this
give me
might seem
nothing.
like a silly question, but how
hmm
would you say it affected you emotionally? Like,
Um, it was really bad because um I would cry quite a lot. I would get
uh,
I was an angry human because
mm, I could
I didn't
imagine.
I didn't get the whole, when you have your first baby, you're supposed to be
Mm,
kind of nest and love the process, but I didn't get that because instead of me trying to do that, I had to fight for my child before he was even here, which I
yeah.
didn't quite understand. Instead of them trying to help me or
Wow.
give me the
And apart
tools,
from your mum, like, did you get any support, or maybe
no,
did they offer you a therapist or?
no, they tried to section me actually. They tried to
Wow.
section me. They told me that they wanted me to go and speak to a doctor about my depression, which I went to go do. And before the meeting even started, they was like, if we feel any concern, you'll be staying here. I'm like, what? They're like, yep, you'll be sectioned straight away.
Oh my gosh.
So they bamboozled me because I didn't even, if I knew that's what they was trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably not even went. But yes,
Yeah, of course. I can relate to that actually. It feels almost like a setup. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
most definitely.
Yeah. I can relate to trying to do the right thing and then it ending up kind of stabbing you in the back because you think that they're meant to be there for like family preservation purposes. So that, I guess that leads to my next question. Do you feel like they came in to like support your family to stay together? Like, what do you feel like
No,
their mission was?
their mission was to take away my son from
Yeah,
me.
that's
I
what you
think
felt like for real.
their mission was the way they saw it. She was a part of the system. She don't have no real family.
Mm,
It's her word against ours. She's young. The way she had the baby, no. Like they
mm.
even tried to convince me that having a son by a rapist it could affect me mentally because he might come out looking like his dad.
Wow.
This is stuff the social worker was telling me, and I had to. Me and my mum had to stand 10 toes on. I didn't care what my son looked like.
Mm-hmm.
He was a part of me.
Bless your
Um,
mom, man. She sounds like a wonderful support system.
she is. She is. Um, and yeah, yeah.
So how has it been since? Are you guys doing okay? Are you still
Every
struggling? How is it?
every chance they get, they try to sneak in. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
That's why I'm here trying to do this because
yeah.
it's exactly the same as me. Like you might have seen me post all the time, like
Oh, while watching
malicious
my family
calls
watch
and
you.
malicious calls, we get it. Like once you've had involvement, people think that they could use social services against you and stuff. And I'm just done with being scared. Like, are you not like just done with like being scared? Like them thinking that they
I'm
can
not
just get
scared.
away with, well,
You know what's so
bless
funny?
you, I was.
I ain't scared no more. Because
Yeah, exactly.
the moment I have one meeting with a social worker, I let her know I'm lawyered up. I've got
Hmm.
all my family in line. So if you ever try to take away my children by law, you have to make sure they go
And
to family
that's why I
members
feel
first.
like it's
I
important.
make I make sure I know the law when it comes to my
Yeah.
children. I've
That's
made
why
sure.
that's why these stories are important and hearing these voices are important because social services and social workers can seem really like scary and really big when you're just one person on your own and they seem like this big organization. But actually they're just normal people and they're nothing to be afraid of and they have to follow their rules and processes too. Like I know sometimes they get away with doing the shit that they shouldn't, but they
Mhm.
do have guidelines that they have to follow and there is stuff that we can do. Like I'm not sure if you've ever heard of like a complaints process or, going to
Oh,
MP and all that stuff.
I've tried to do all of that. I tried to do
Mhm.
that whole thing, and no one was trying to listen to me. I had nobody. No
Mhm.
one was trying to listen to me. I wrote to the MP. I've ask a different social worker.
Wow.
I had
Have you gone
complaints
to
on
the
complaints.
ombudsman yet?
I don't know about that one. I did go to what's another thing that they say the reunion, was it?
Oh yeah, it's their kind
Yeah,
of listen,
and they come and they give you advice.
yeah.
I've got
I
to
feel
do
like
that.
I feel like they make it like so hard for us because we're we're gonna want to fight and we'll probably get through a complaints process, but by the time it gets to writing to the MP and then that you're not seeing anything for going to the ombudsman can seem like, oh, that's long. And that's kind of what they would hope, like that's what they want, is for it to be so long that it doesn't get there. But I would definitely urge, do you know how many messages I got from girls that have said like, I've gone to the MP and I haven't heard anything yet? I would urge you to definitely keep pushing. Go to the ombudsman, go to the MP has like a caseworker that usually works on their stuff. Go to their caseworker, do emails, do phone, just keep pushing.
Yeah, personally, I just talk about my story on TikTok Live. So I feel like there's so
That's
many
so
girls out there that
amazing.
go through the same thing.
Because even
But
that is powerful in itself. You do realize that, right? Like, I probably wouldn't have told my story if I didn't have a bunch of you guys telling me, like, me too. Like, this is
yeah,
something that holds a lot of shame around it and a lot of stigma. And it's kind of like, for me, like, I don't think we should be the ones who should be ashamed. I don't think we should be the ones who should hold that shame either for a long period of time, which a lot of us do. So I'm hoping in the future we can use our voices to support each other in turn.
very much. And I think a lot of people need to be aware of, understand that we've been told that social workers are good, but they need to understand the same way there's good cops and there's bad cops, there is bad people within the
100%.
social system. Because I see a lot of people on TikTok saying, oh, this can't happen to you, this can't happen to you. 9 times out of 10, it's happened to us.
Well, let me
Even
tell
if
you
it's not
something.
supposed to.
I was one of them people who thought that can't happen to me. Like, I came from a birth mother who had me removed. I definitely thought that could never happen to me. Like, you think they don't have that power to come into your house and just remove kids, but they do. And that's what I mean when I say ignorance is a bliss, because if you've never had to experience their power, then I'm very happy for you. Like, you don't want to, that's not something you want to experience. Yeah, I think more people need to speak about it because it's happening on a daily basis, whether people want to admit it or not.
Most definitely. I think one of the hardest things for me, because when my son did get removed from my care, he went to my mum. I wasn't
Oh,
allowed to take
bless.
it right, so I just worked, which I thought was I'm proud of myself, because not normal 18-year-olds would think, oh, let me just start working. They would go out and
Exactly.
act out. But I think one of the hardest things for me was the fact that I have difficulty within reading, and they put a whole bunch of lies in the report to try and remove my son. So they had like, I slit my wrist, I swallowed a bunch of pills, I tried to kill myself on Facebook, and none of them stuff was true. And even up to this day, when people look on my file and they see that, I have to explain that it's not true.
Yeah,
but they
same.
tell me that they can't change it.
They can't remove
And I
it.
think,
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
and I think that's unfair,
Yeah.
because that's a definition of character. And I shouldn't be painted with a brush that was never mine.
Exactly.
I've been trafficked. I even got told I was trafficked. When was I trafficked?
Wow.
They can't tell me when I was trafficked.
Looking back now, right, because I sort of thought of this idea, right? Like, yeah, we can speak about problems, but we want to speak about solutions too. And I feel like it is people with our lived experience that is going to be able to kind of come together and figure out a solution. So I was thinking it would be like a good idea if, we could see our files and notes and stuff when they're written. Like, we had some, obviously over a certain age, but we had some input in that, so that they couldn't just leave that day with essentially lies on a piece of paper that could be used against us in the future.
Right, but the only problem with that is that they might write what they're writing in their little booklet when they're with you, and then go and write a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And even all up to now, and that was like when I was 18. I'm now 24, turning 25, and I've asked them for my whole history, and they can't even send that to my door.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? That means there's a whole bunch of stuff other than that's in my stuff that shouldn't even be there.
Yeah, I'm also still waiting for my files.
My point exactly.
And I've seen a lot of people online, actually, when they share their files, there's a lot of redactions and missing parts and blurred parts. And I want mine fully clear. I want to see exactly what was written. I also just want to touch on you saying, like, you actually have reading problems. That's something I didn't even think about. Like, I know I had to do a lot of reading during the whole court process and stuff. I couldn't even imagine how... Because they use a lot of like acronyms as well, right? So that must have just all been so hard for you, like.
It was. And then the scariest thing about it, they said that I couldn't turn up with nobody at court. So at court, I couldn't have my mum there. So I imagine I've got dressed, I've turned up at court. I've only got my solicitor, which is given to me by, funding from the government.
Yeah.
I've only got her. And then I have to just, I don't know, I had to just like kind of like whatever I could read basically, because, and it was just, it was hard because I couldn't sell things, and to wear like.
But look at you now though. You got to give yourself some credit. Like, look how strong you are, and look where you've made it to. Do you know what I mean? You are a survivor, literally.
I am. But like I told many girls, it's going in thinking you, as long as you think they can't touch, like I say to myself, as soon as I speak to a social worker, I'm like, you're not touching my kids, don't think about it. This and this and this is what I have lined in place. I've gone through it before.
Well, that actually leads on to my last question, which would be, what message would you give to a parent who might be going through what you're going through, or even just recently been contacted by them? What would you say?
What I would say personally is find somebody that has gone through it before. I feel like me I had a family friend that went through it before, and when I went through the court process is when she was giving me tips, and I feel like if I didn't have them, I wouldn't have slid through it so easy.
That says a lot about the people you got around you, man. That's amazing.
So I feel like a lot of people, if they're getting contacted by them or whatever, so forth, like people like us talk on TikTok, jump in their lives.
Yeah, we got to give them some courage, actually, because...
Yeah, and so we will support you, because if they don't think you have the right support, and especially if it's your first time, they think that they can bamboozle you.
Yeah, so, and I just want to say, you guys are actually giving me courage. I mean, they still scare me a little bit. I'm even shaking while I speak about them, but I'm doing this because it needs to be done.
Well, I'm going through it again right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
and
same.
I'm sitting here calm and relaxed, because the more that you work yourself up, is the more that they're going to try to use everything against you. Especially, I'm sorry to say, but especially if you're a person of colour, they try to use that against you all the time.
Oh, 100%. There are statistics that show, so, you know, you can't lie with facts. Well, listen, Shai, thank you so much for being our first guest, our first storyteller, survivor storyteller. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you. And I feel like you're going to get a lot of young girls inspired by you and your story and your strength.
Thank you. You too. I watch your lives all the time. I see your kids all the time. You inspire me.
I try, girl. I try. You know, I'm not perfect. I don't make out to be.
We're not supposed to be perfect. Otherwise, we wouldn't be human.
Oh.
So just try your best.
I appreciate you so much. and stay in contact.
Most definitely.